Okay, in this video today, I want to take you behind the curtain of the product service that I've got for one of my businesses that we sell to Scottish business owners only. Of course, we've got clients all over the UK and a couple of clients dotted around Spain and Australia and things, but this particular offer is absolutely crushing it for our Scottish businesses. And I'm going to explain why Scotland. I'm going to explain the whole process from front to back in the hope that you can see it and go, right, I need that, I don't need that, and give you more clarity on what your business actually needs if you're a Scottish business owner. So first things first, let's get straight in with talking about why Scotland. Well, it's very clear. You can tell by the thumbnail and by my accent, I'm very proudly Scottish. And so I think there's something to be said about business for you taking the easiest route. Before you get to scale, you need to get to a point where you take the easiest, lowest hanging fruit of growing the business. And for most people, certainly location-based businesses and even online businesses, is find your people, find the people who understand your accent, who get it, who you can relate to most, and you know the city, you know the industry, because it's going to be a much easier way for you to grow than trying to do stuff and speak to markets, speak to people that you don't really relate to. And so for us, I've had a gym in Scotland. I was a personal trainer in Glasgow city centre. And so for me, that was always my way in. That was my way to grow and compound before the rest of the UK trusted me, before I've got gyms up and down the UK. And then, real estate company in Spain and stuff like that that we do the marketing for as well. So for most service-based businesses, or at least 99% of them, you're in a location, which means you need to dominate your postcode. That is literally your catchment area. You can't go any further than that. So whether you're a gym, whether you're a plumber, whatever your service business is, you have a location. There's only so far you will travel to accept a job. Online business is a little bit different, but I also do feel like, for example, we've got an online coach and we literally run the marketing campaigns for his city because the city's big enough in England and it cleans up. Because it's like, well, why would we focus anywhere else? Why speak to Americans? Maybe when we want to scale the business, we'll go there. These people relate, end up supporting similar football teams and stuff, so they can speak to the guys, and he closes the deal for anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 sales. So anyway, back to this. So this is my country. I am proud. We have one system, every local business, same offer every time. Now I want to very, very quickly look in the camera and tell you, your business is not a snowflake. You're not special. Your business is in an industry and a sector where there's been a million before them. You're not unique. You might have a unique selling point. You might be very good at what you do. You might be the best in your city. That's cool. But just understand that systems and processes have been about for a long, long time. Yes, AI is here now and things like that, and you need to utilise and innovate. But understand that there's processes and, out with like Elon Musk companies, Amazon and things like that, like you're not special. And so when you realize that there's a path to take. If you're walking up a mountain, you wouldn't just start cutting down trees to get up that mountain. You would look for the path that's been treaded on. And that's how people are successful in business, not trying to reinvent the wheel. And so we knew that. We knew there was a process that was repeatable. Of course, there's little nuances and consultative work that we do with particular businesses. But for the most part, it is a process that gets done and you add the cherry of customization on top. And so Scotland first, I wanted to plant the flag. Moving on to step 2, the message never changes. So, unlike a lot of people, we actually tell our customers, potential customers in Scotland, price. And so I say this stuff until I'm blue in the face. We build a free website. You'll see it in our ads. If you go to Ad Library, type in the agency, you'll see it in our socials. We literally offer a free website for $297 a month. For the part that brings customers in. All we focus on is getting our customers, more clients. And so you'll hear that everywhere I go. And I'm going to explain what that £297 a month actually does and how it generates revenue. So moving over to number 3, and you might have seen another video, I've done this before, but in my mind, and I've covered it here in this fancy iceberg image, in my mind, I'll very quickly cover it now. So many businesses focus on the top part of the iceberg, ads, Instagram posts, Facebook posts. They very rarely continue to build their Google listing, which is where most service businesses are found. They very rarely get reviews. They frantically do it once or twice a year. And they don't rank or show an AI visibility. In other words, when someone searches ChatGPT for their particular niche in their city, they don't even appear. And this is already getting done close to the amount of times people search on Google for things. And then so beneath the tip of the iceberg is all these important things here that every service business has to have. And the most important, at the foundation of it all, is the website. If you want to rank on AI visibility, your website needs to be spot on. If you want to be found by people searching in your local areas and different cities within your catchment area, you have to have your SEO tied to your website. If you want people to trust and refer, you need to have a referral process. If you want to reactivate your leads for people who never signed up or closed whenever you presented them with an offer, you need to reactivate them. For people who are on your website and they're like, hey, I want more information, you need to nurture them. But before that, you need to get back to them ASAP. And it's the same with the missed call text back if anybody phones your company. If you get this right, you will scale your service business. And so we know that, and we've proved it time and time again. We've helped 500 businesses do this. And so we've come back and we've built this process. And what you'll notice is your marketing isn't a custom problem. It's all of these done properly. So if you're struggling to get more customers and clients, or you're getting a decent flow and you just want to keep scaling, you need things that bring in this lovely £100 notes, and quite a lot of them. And so you'll notice that the stuff that we provide the businesses we help, they have that. They have the £100 notes because database reactivation makes you money. Referrals makes you money, a referral process, not just waiting for your client to find a friend and tell them how good you are. Lead nurturing, so every single month nurturing people until the point they're ready to buy, payday and seasonal launches and things. And then missed call text back, so putting on stuff on your website and your landing pages and things for when someone calls, Google says, look, I need your service right now. You have a receptionist that can reply to them, and then you get back to them as soon as you're available. Speed to leads, someone who can just qualify. We have that installed for a real estate company in Spain, and it's just dealing with 300, 400, 500k plus properties in Spain, so pretty important, because if they don't reply, they're going to the next estate agent. And then reviews, so like if you have people who are interested and don't trust you that much yet, they want to go to your reviews. I can't tell you how many people we have taken on board and the reviews are like 3 free reviews. Google listing, not even optimized. You need to fix that. AI visibility so that you show up on search. And of course, search engine optimization. Now, what's crazy about this is this can be repeated for any service business, whether it's a gym or a studio, a plumber, electrician, dentist, garages, salons, roofers, vet practices, letting agents. A plumber and a dentist and a salon all need the same things, right? Think about this. If you want to join a gym out with social media, you're probably going to type in best gym near me, gym for females near me. This is what all of this does, right? Especially your website. And if you need a plumber, ASAP, like right now, I need a plumber in Glasgow, available 24/7 because it's 3 in the morning and I've got a leak. My boiler's gone. Same with electricians. Can you see the trend here? And so what happens is a simple customer is looking for your service and they either go on the website, and if they do go on the website, if they don't go on the website, they'll either go to Google or they'll go to AI and ask for it, or they'll search. And so if you haven't optimized all of this stuff, you will not appear. Therefore, you won't even enter the conversation to be speed to lead or to call them back because your name's not even showing up. Okay, and I want you to obsess over this because with AI here, websites never used to be as important for the last few years, but now they are back and they are the most important part, which is why I've outlined it here. Now, look, I've spent the last 10 years building my business, and honestly, like being perfectly honest, we have built it from Instagram for a number of years. I built my whole gym I got to the point where I opened my gym in Glasgow with just Instagram, and it was like, okay, there's a lot of bills here, a lot of expenses. I'm going to need to run ads, and then I ran ads. And then so from there we had to get Google ready, and then we had to have all these processes in place. Otherwise, you're just not going to scale to the levels you want to scale to. And if you're already happy, then of course, then you might just not need this sort of stuff in place. So anyway, I say all of that to say that it's all the same. And then moving over to here, of course, when all of that's set up, you want to look at running Google and Meta ads, but you want to install all of this first. Think of it as like if this is all in place and you're working on it, it unlocks Google and Meta. If you just go straight to here, you will not only face loads of cold traffic that don't even know who you are, they've not done any homework, they can't search you, and you're just going to end up with this leaky bucket effect where people come in and you can't even close them because you've no speed to lead in there, you've no missed call text back features or widgets on your website, you can't nurture them, and so on. And so the next question is, why do we charge, $297? And this is where it gets interesting. So what a lot of these agencies bill you for is they try and convince you they're building from scratch. So if you're one of these niches up here, if you're in these sectors, they'll tell you, oh, we're going to build you an electrician or a plumber or a med spa site from nothing, completely custom to you. Now, and then they're going to be like, so that'll probably take about 14 days. That'll be X amount because we charge hourly or we charge a set upfront fee. And you're waiting weeks for changes. And then it's literally every month forever you're paying a high fee. Now, I put this to the test here and I actually Googled these three, and you can do it as well. You can just copy this on the screen here. Just type this into Google and wait for the answers. I've already screenshotted the answers, but what I did was I typed in, how much would a web agency charge for a fully built website that ranks on Google in AI search that includes AI receptionists and chat widgets? Because that's what a proper website should do. And this was the answer. So you can see the cost range here, 3 to 10K, 1,200 to all these different fees, right? Now this is for web design, SEO and AI search, AI chat widget. And so you're looking at anywhere from 5,000 to 25K for the upfront fee. And then you're looking at somewhere between 400 and 3,500. Could you go to some foreign countries and get this done for really, really cheap? Yep, but I don't think you would probably trust your business with that, would you? So let's just, play the side of caution here and say that you're anywhere from 5 to 6K for a proper build. And then you're maybe somewhere in the region of like 1K per month to manage it. And that's only one thing, by the way. If we move on to like how much it is to manage a Google business profile, which is of course here in the stuff, the Google listing. You need to manage that, you need to post on it, you need to rank for the right things. And so how much is it to hire a Google business profile that posts weekly, reviews, replies to reviews and messages customers asking for reviews? And this is somewhere in the region of £100 to £500 a month, probably with a little bit of a setup fee as well. And the last question is, how much would an AI agency charge to build a custom AI speed to lead agent trained on my business? And the answer is somewhere between 5 and 25K approximately. Say 4 to 20K in Great British pounds. Now think about that for a minute. And so you might think you're the Robin Hood of the industry. It's not that at all. It's not that we're undercutting people. It's just that these industries are just overcharging. They're not moving with the times and they are stuck in a time warp. So our job is to get all of this in place, and we know we can do it as a repeatable process. And so, listen, as long as I don't take on gyms within the same city and start competing against each other, we have a complete non-compete where we won't take people who are in competition with each other. And so that's it. And so when I look at these results that we've got here, with CrossFit Weed Bank, we took them at 61 reviews. They've now got 101. They're also now named in every AI buyer search. Nova Fitness, 0% on AI searches. Now 50% name them. They were never named before joining us. Then we look at Matriarch Gym. They had 12 reviews. They're now at 30 reviews, which is more than doubled. Then we have the Mighty 100, who are at 316 Google reviews. They're now at 349. AI mentions 30 to 45%. And then Whitecliff CrossFit, they were one of many gyms mentioned. They are now the best gym in Folkestone with ChatGPT's own words, which is incredible. And listen, I can say all of this and it sounds all good, but it has to tie to money, which of course it is. Because once we do all that and set it all up, the next question we ask our clients is, how many sales did we get? How many people came through the website? How many people came through the AI speed to lead agent? And so on. And so that is the plan. And that's how I've built this service, and then sell it to every local business in Scotland that doesn't compete with each other. We get one and then we don't get competitors. And I plan to take this to a bunch of people. I plan to impact the country I love so much very, very well and transform the lives of these business owners and businesses. So if you've enjoyed this video, I recommend you, and you want some of this, click the link in the description to see if we can help you build that free website and then build the rest of the stuff around it. If not, and you want to watch another video, click on the link that you've just seen on screen.